shouldn't be too expensive, but staying there room 13. Usually airy and usually very, and that's just how my life goes. And I don't ever try to dress to impress. Fuck you, preppy asshole. On the 14th floor and a bathroom door don't lie. So happy we don't gotta worry about the cops. We could all get arrested for this, but when the police mix, I don't give a shit tonight. Alright. She walks in the bedroom fast, despite all the noise from the crowd. Now she's bedless on the bathroom sink. Her mother would be so proud. Gets on a deed and there's a line to go pee, but the bathroom looks like a war zone.
Welcome in to episode 56 of Phired Up, presented by Belly Up Sports. Check them out at bellyupsports.com. You can also check out our site and all the good stuff we have going on over there at phiredupsports.com. And we do have a recent sponsor in the clutch. Really cool, awesome sports apparel, licensed with the MLBPA. A bunch of cool stuff over there. They're looking to branch out in other sports. But use the code FIREDUPSPORTS at checkout, save 10% on your order. So there you go. I'm Mike Giletto. Joining me as always is Dom Console. Dom, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing just fine. We dropped some big news last night. So without further ado, let's get to him. He made his debut last week, and he's back by popular demand. So from here on forward, permanent third host, Christian Lucia. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man?
What's up, guys? What's up? Good to be a part of the team.
Yeah, no, we're super excited. To kind of pull back the curtain a little bit for you and for the listeners, me and Dom have been talking really for a while about like the possibility of having a third co-host. But we said we'd only do it if it made sense, and if it was the right fit. Now, obviously, you and Dom go way back. You guys have been boys for a while, so that was kind of an easy fit there. And then what you're doing with the articles are blowing up, the Eagles articles. So it makes a lot of sense to just bring you on now. Why wait? It makes sense.
It's our first writer.
Exactly true.
That's
first writer.
This
First writer.
This
is
is
true.
Part of the reason why we have a website. Honestly,
that is honestly that is true.
Listen, Chris, we were texting about some things, and he told me that I was thinking about maybe like getting into writing for the Eagles. And I was like, that would be interesting if Phired Up started something like that. So then
so that's why you brought it to me first. That's right. That's what it was. And I was like, you know what? I don't hate that. Because you said, what do you think about sports writing or something like that?
Because before we started the show, like it was always in like my mind, like, should I write? Like, should I, how can I get my point out there? And then you presented the idea of the show to me, and it was like, okay, well, let's just do that. But I just kind of felt like it would be, I think we both felt that it would be like very, beneficial and very cool to have other people a part of it, with a website. So Chris said to me, hey, I'm looking to get in writing. So I hit up Mike and I'm like, hey, did we ever think about writing? And that's kind of how the idea started.
Yep, and then I just did nonstop research about a whole bunch of different ways to run a website because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So we figured it out though.
Yeah, super easy platform too to really get the stuff out there. It makes it super easy to just write what I got to write and copy and paste it right in there, submit it right to you guys for, publish or not. It makes it way easier than going through like a third party to verify things. It's pretty dope.
Yep. Absolutely. But
before we get into like sports though,
can
I just say something real quick? Dude, I've been fucking humbled this past weekend. It is not like it was stupid hot. Okay.
It was
I'm sweating bullets right now, but like my sweat had sweat. Like it was not okay. Like it was a Billy Wagner 98 mile an hour fastball at your face. Like
it was full blown like mid-August weather.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
All right,
and meanwhile, I don't even know if you wanted to get into this. You're on like one leg too in the middle of it. Like, how's your leg doing?
Listen, I've I've had better days. I've had worse. Do you really like? Do you want me to like?
Why not? Sure.
All right. Well, it's our show, right?
It's up to you. I don't know what kind of information you want out there or not.
Man, I don't know. Maybe
the thing I do want to tell the people is you hurt your leg. You can get into it if you want, but I just want everybody to know that you did go 2 for 3 in a pickup softball game on a messed up leg.
Okay, so all right, I'll explain what happened. Basically, I was it's the beginning of the game. I'm playing left field, and because I told my team, listen, I want the ball. I don't want to be away. There are people that want to play right field who just don't. I want the ball, so they put me in left field. Big mistake. Dude hits a line drive down left field line. Me thinking I'm still 15 and not 26 and 15 and in shape and 26 and really out of shape. Not just out of shape, but like really out of shape. I try to run after the ball as fast as I possibly can to cut it off, and that was a bad idea. I was running full speed, plant my left leg, and pop right in my leg. I still got the ball. I got it in.
It's all that matters.
Yeah, and I listen. Actually, 3 people on our team. Well, I was one of 3 that got hurt that day, and I was the only one that pulled through the entire game. Listen, like you said, I went 2 for 3. I didn't post our text exchange when I was in the hospital. I was so pissed off, like sitting in a wheelchair in the hospital. My wife has a picture of it. But yeah, you had texted me like Carson Wentz throws a touchdown on a torn ACL, and I go 2 for 3 on a torn quad.
Yeah. You guys are pretty much the same.
You're on GOAT status.
Yep. So it's a tiny tear in my quad. Nothing serious.
So the doctor pretty much told you stop being a little bitch is what.
Yeah.
Is what happened. He humbled you a little bit. You got humbled in more ways than one.
$300 later. They basically for $300 they told me stop being a little bitch. Yeah, like I saw 3 different doctors. All 3 said something different. So if I like in a couple weeks, if you see me with like a peg leg and like an eye patch, just call me Davy Jones.
Well, it's a good thing on the show we only see you from like the neck up.
Right.
So,
Right. So yeah, but I'm almost at 100%. We'll see how Thursday's my next game, so we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling Thursday morning.
Questionable.
Yeah.
Game time decision, right?
Oh, absolutely.
But I did want to talk about last week a little bit. I mean, you held the fort down, Don, while I was away. So
hey, man, listen,
you did awesome work, and it was nice to listen. Like I needed the week off, to be honest with you.
I'm kind of offended, but yeah, no, I mean, listen, I didn't think it was as easy as I didn't think it was going to be easy. It definitely was a lot harder than I thought, though.
The bright lights come
listen,
quick.
Man, yeah, absolutely. It's like Doug and Michael. They got all these trivia questions, and then when they come on the show,
And then I ask him about I ask him about Eagles Pro Bowlers, and one of them said Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
So, I agree. The bright lights hit you quick.
Listen, I messed up a couple times, but that's all right. We live and we learn, right?
Exactly.
So there's always next time.
You'll
Hopefully
be
it's not
even
for a long time.
You'll be even better next time.
I hope so. Hopefully there's not a next time.
Well, hopefully not. But I mean, let's kind of get to the Eagles stuff. So a day or two after you guys did that show, the Eagles signed James Bradbury, 1 year, $10 million, $7.25 guaranteed. We've been talking about the secondary, right? Either who's on the other side of Slay, who's the safety back there. They addressed cornerback. I mean, James Bradbury was the big cornerback out there. I mean, they made the splash. So I mean, we have no bad things to say about this, right?
Well, there's a couple bad things to say about it.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to go negative.
So I was on a high. You're going to bring me down a little bit. All right, fair enough.
I just want to go negative first to get that out of the way.
Okay.
He cannot play man coverage. Like if the Eagles are in a position where they're playing Dallas, and I wrote about this in the article. If they go 5 wide, and they got to play man, he's going to get beat. And it depends on who's back there, who's going to help him over the top. I think right now they're liking Epps a little bit more than Kayvon Wallace right now, just to support over top. But if he has to go man, he's just not the guy to go man. If he's playing zone, if the Eagles are in that Gannon defense where they can just sit back and zone all day, he is big, he's athletic, And I think there's a stat like no player has made the Pro Bowl with 27-inch arms or less, and I think he's at like 28 and a quarter. Yeah, no, it's
It's a wild stat. It's a wild
yeah,
stat.
no, I was listening to another show, and they said that. So he's big and he wants to win. He has that swagger to win. But if he's in man, we're in trouble.
There was also that cool thing too. I saw like it was Bradbury. Like there's only been 2 cornerbacks since 2016. I think that have had like 80. I think it was 85 and 82 pass breakups, and it's Bradbury and Slay.
Yeah, it's those arms. It's that
Yeah.
extra couple inches. It's seriously if he can get the
That's what
hand
she
on the
said.
ball.
So it never gets old. That joke never gets old.
But Slay now doesn't have to you don't have to worry about him just being on an island by himself over there. Maddox can actually grow into that slot corner and not have to be thrown on the outside. And Zach McPherson, I still think they have high hopes on the kid. Just he's not ready to start. But it definitely does help their secondary. And what it really does is it helps that front four if they're in zone. They can sit back there and they can get at the quarterback. If the quarterback's not getting it out of their hand in 4 seconds, I think we're pretty good up front.
Yeah.
Do you think James Bradbury is an upgrade over Steven Nelson? Like, we were all excited when that move happened, and I'll tell you what, I thought Nelson was underwhelming as advertised. I don't think he lived up to the hype. Should we expect another Nelson situation, or do you think Bradbury is a clear upgrade?
I think Bradbury's definitely a clear upgrade over Nelson. Nelson, the reason why you can tell Nelson he is a number 2 guy. Bradbury can be a 1 on other teams. Nelson really have that 2 guy status.
Which isn't a bad thing.
No, it's really not. You need those guys. You need.
Yeah, I actually thought Nelson played decent enough last year. Maybe not to get another contract, like a big contract, but like I think he played well enough to. What did he get? 2 years in Houston, or?
Yeah, I think he got a 2-year deal in Houston.
Yeah. But go ahead, you can continue.
If he's your number 2, like you're in good
right.
shape.
That's what I'm saying, right.
Bradbury is that guy that can go out there. I mean, there's a reason he had a couple offers on the table with 2-year deals in other places, and he turned it down for the 1-year deal here in Philly. So he wants to definitely prove it and go out there with that swagger.
Plus, I also heard, I think it was Diddy who said it on the radio over the weekend. Just like you said, there were other offers on the table, as well as nobody wanted to trade for him because of that cap hit. Like, every team just told the Giants, listen, just cut him, and that's the only way. It's the only way you're going to lose him from your team. Nobody's going to trade for that cap number. So not only because the Giants would still pay him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
whatever he has guaranteed.
Right. So basically, it's an even bigger fuck you from the Eagles.
Right.
Not only did we take your guy without trading for him, but now you still have to pay him what he's guaranteed.
What about Bradbury? Like, just being like, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna go down 95. Show up in Philadelphia, and then I get to see you 2 times this year and make you pay every time. Daniel Jones stands back there with his athletic self and make a throw down the field. Like, let's just pick him off the whole time. I just think that's like an extra, like, take this. Like, I'm gonna show you guys you made a mistake.
Absolutely, and it's good to be on that end of the argument,
Yeah.
Good?
Sorry. You guys are done. You guys are going back and forth. Yeah. I mean, there's still questions. Like, again, I know you say they like Epps, Chris, but I just that safety spot scares me. And I guess the idea with the defense is they've addressed so many spots up front that I guess they're not really too worried about the back end of it, where it just get pressure and it should just wreak havoc, I guess, just by doing that alone.
Yeah, I think that's what they thought of with Hassan Reddick signing him to that deal. And then they just drafted that kid out of Kansas to like back up that position. I think they're thinking that they can get to the quarterback in 4 seconds, and they're not going to have time to make the throws down the field. Which also, the good thing that I like about the zone defense is you're not going to have to play a safety shading left or right. they can actually like free roam around the field. The thing is, who's going to be the free safety and who's going to be the strong safety? That's what I think is up for grabs right now. I think if you have as your free safety Epps, I think he's a really athletic player.
Hard,
like,
too.
Yeah, he does.
He does hit hard.
Yeah,
and he's like really athletic. And if you have Harris as your strong safety helping with the run, like you should. Albeit the safety shouldn't be racking up tackles. That usually means that it's not a good thing. But he does come down into the box like Malcolm Jenkins used to be able to do. He's not Malcolm Jenkins-esque, but he can come down and definitely lay a hit on a player if they need to be.
And I this might be an unpopular opinion too. Like I actually thought he played well enough to be back here this year. Last year. So I mean, the
guy played through a ton of injuries. Nobody really talks about that. Like. He's a secondary player, and I think his hands were like thumbs were broken at one point, and he was still going out there and competing. He was on the injury report every week, but I don't think he missed the game.
Right.
So that just speaks to character. That's something that we definitely love here in Philadelphia.
No. Let me ask you this question now too, though, because I think Mike and I talked about it a couple weeks ago. Obviously, this being your first. I guess last week was your first official, but what you brought up Hassan Reddick. Do you think the Eagles do go to 3-4?
I think they're leaning that way. I think that's why they drafted Jordan Davis.
Okay.
I think that's where they want to get to. Do they get there this year? Probably not. This is probably a hot take. I think Gannon's got a head coaching job next year. I think he was primed for it this year. He was out for interviews. I think he got a couple second interviews. So I think he may be gone by next year.
See you later.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to promote guys out of it. You can say, he came from underneath. But I think that Howie's smart enough now to know, like, he may not be here next year. Let's bring in all these assets that we can, that whoever steps into that role, like, we can either line them up 4-3 or line them up 3-4. Because Hargraves is going to get a contract. Like, he has to get a contract.
So, you here or anywhere, just in general?
Here. Like, he has to be one of those guys where, like, you have to extend him now before the season starts, because I think he can have another big year. Fletcher Cox is done after this year. I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah, so, like that's why I was, like, kind of confused with the 3-4 this year, because, like, you have guys like Cox and Brandon Graham who kind of, I wouldn't say Cox struggled, but he's a 4-3 guy. He likes lining up in the 4-3. Obviously when Chip was here, it was the 3-4, and Brandon Graham couldn't really find his spot. So, like, I was just, like, kind of thinking, like, if they move to a 3-4, then, like, are they done with these guys after this year? Like,
so a 3-4, I think it'll be like a 3-4 hybrid. It wouldn't necessarily I think they'd have that outside Sam linebacker just going each side.
Kind of like Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh kind of does that.
Exactly. Like with TJ Watt, like Watt's just all over the field. Yeah. Like, it's called a 3-4 because you line up like that, but you're going to have that outside linebacker on whichever side that they're going to,
and then
overload.
And then you have, like, the or sometimes you have two defensive ends and a nose tackle / defensive tackle. Sometimes you have just two guys, in hands in the dirt, and two guys, standing up.
Yep. Just rushing and bull rushing right through.
Now, I did want to pull back this put up this comment again. If Hurts plays well, are we Super Bowl contenders? I struggle to use the word contender, Super Bowl contender, when you're talking about a team that just was like 500, what were they, 9-8? But at the same time, I love the moves that Howie's made this offseason. I think he's done a tremendous job. As much as we all shit on Howie, right? But yeah, I mean, Hurts is kind of the factor here. Like, if Hurts plays well, can they make a run? I think they can. I'm just not sure he can play up to that standard, though.
That's a two-part question, really, because it's if Hurts plays well. What is well? Like, is he game managing? Is he game managing? Is he throwing the ball? Sirianni making the right calls for him? I do think that they could be NFC champions, like up into the NFC area, like championship game. I just don't think they have it to beat the Rams are just so talented.
The Rams in your article. The Rams,
Yeah.
Green Bay, and Tampa.
And you know what? After I'm done, I was sitting there. My uncle gave me a call, and he's like, "Are you forgetting? Like the 49ers are actually a good team.
Yeah,
Like we overlook them.
They're just a quarterback
like,
away.
They're a quarterback away. So
Yeah.
is Trey Lance that guy? Like is he that guy that's going to make like the NFC West could be the best division in football? We're all talking about the AFC West. The NFC West might be the best in football.
Yeah. I kind of lean towards not San Fran being fraudulent because they went to a Super Bowl a couple years ago. They went to Green Bay and beat Green Bay, so they are a decent team. But like Mike said, they are definitely a quarterback away. And I also want to come back to that Jalen Hurts thing too, real quick. Like if there was ever a year, and I know we all say this, but if there's ever a year where it's a make or break, like listen. Say he becomes the guy and he's more than a game manager. Say he's a very good player, and we see maybe he can lead us to deep playoff runs and Super Bowls. Just imagine with those 2 first-round picks next year: safety, another cornerback, whether it's defensive line, offense, whatever it is. You got 2 first-round picks, and then if he's not, like, well, it's moving up. It's moving up for a quarterback, and it's like, waiting those 2-3 years for. And I think I said on last week's show, like, It really all depends on how he plays, man. And I think Mike said in the comments too. It's either they go 6-11 or 11-6. And
there's no way to like tell what this team can do because I think so much rides on how Jalen Hurts plays.
So Mike, I am a huge Carson Strong guy. Like I am rooting for this guy like there's no other. I sent Dom a picture the other day. Like the NFLPA put out a picture of all the rookies. And Carson Strong's the only Philadelphia Eagle on there, with all these other guys that were drafted.
Really,
he's sitting there right in the middle.
Why do they not just send the first round picks?
I don't know, but
weird,
why
right?
did they send?
They
sent an undrafted free agent out there to be in that picture.
Like there were other people too, like other players that like I was like, who the fuck is that guy? Like he was like this 6th round kicker or whatever it was, like for San Francisco or. It was just strange. Like,
so if you had to guess, opening day, who do they play opening week? Is that the Vikings or is that week 2?
Detroit
week 1. Okay, I think the Vikings week 2. Okay, so week 1 is Carson Strong above Gardner Minshew on the depth chart?
No, he will be on the team though.
Yeah.
He will definitely be 3rd string inactive with an injury, but he will be on the team. They're not going to let that guy slide.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, could you imagine if there was just another Carson that took our hearts?
I mean, $300,000 guaranteed. That's a lot for an undrafted.
Dude, it's more than like 7th round pick. Like when you're falling in the 6th and 7th round, and you're saying to yourself, maybe I do go undrafted because I get to possibly make more money, and I get to pick where I go.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, halfway through the Eagles season, when everything was going downhill, we talked about potential 1st round picks for the Eagles, and we were talking about Carson Strong, and that was a 1st rounder. So, things fell quick for him.
Yeah, well, I think it was was it an injury?
He's got knee injury.
Yeah.
We don't have great knees.
Well, these experts, they're just as accurate as these weather people. There were draft experts that were like, it's the end of the 3rd round. Why hasn't Carson Strong gone? And that's the 4th round. It's like, why hasn't he gone? And then it's the 5th round. Why hasn't he gone? And then the 7th round. It's like, I guess he's not getting drafted. We had him going in the 3rd.
Yeah. I think
right.
what happened with him is I think he just unfortunately fell into where people labeled this draft class as just a poor quarterback class, and they were just like,
yeah,
let's just wait till next year. Like, just hold off till next year. We can get a guy next year.
I really hope all these rookie quarterbacks just take off because listen. And I've said on the show before, like I don't know how good these guys are going to be. I don't know how bad they're going to be. I just everybody was saying it's such a bad quarterback year and this, that, and the other, and like I just hope they prove everybody wrong. Just as long as it's not a giant cowboy or
right. Yeah, I mean it's like that every year though. It's either they hype the quarterbacks up like the previous year when it was the Trevor Lawrence, Lance, Wilson. Right. I don't think any of them were top 10 talents other than Lawrence. And like 4 went in the top 5, or was it 5? So the 4 or 5 quarterbacks went in like the top 5. Like it's they either overhype or underhype these quarterbacks every year.
Yeah.
Speaking of quarterbacks, one great Nick Foles apparently was almost an Eagle.
Third time, fourth time,
yeah,
third,
right, yeah,
third, fourth,
third time.
before signing a deal with Indy. Can we just like put Nick Foles just to bed? Like, let's stop with the Nick Foles stuff.
I don't know. I think that like this city just loves him. They just
absolutely. They brought him their first Super Bowl.
I love
get
Nick
it
to death. I want him nowhere near the Philadelphia airport unless he's coming to visit.
Or
like,
we're playing
to play, right? As I'm saying, like as a visitor for the
I think that Foles is going to be a guy that when he retires, like I just see him being quarterback's coach in Philadelphia. Like,
yeah,
I just think he likes being here. His name is always brought up every time that there's anything to do with the Eagles. Like Eagles making a move, Nick Foles possibly returning. Anytime that his name is out there, the Eagles are attached to him.
Yep.
So this is the second time he's taking Carson Wentz's job, or third? Well, no, I guess not. Right? I don't know. Never mind. Screw that. But did you guys real quick before I don't know how much more time we have to talk about football, but did you see like the Commanders? They like bought land in Virginia. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah.
So there's a report that came out today that like they secretly like bought land like 50 minutes away from Washington D.C. And I saw a tweet. Somebody like did like a screenshot of like the like Google Maps, like the what do you call it? I'm drawing a blank here, guys.
Well, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Directions. Like when you pull up like directions, like to go from here to wherever their stadium is. It was like 45 to 50 minutes or whatever, and somebody said instead of the Washington Commanders, the Washington Commuters, because all their fans are gonna have to commute.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was my joke.
Okay. I mean, listen, it fell flat a little bit. It's fine. The setup wasn't that great.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
You need better setup. Listen, I mean, I gotta humble you.
I need better quads too. I don't know what you want me to
say. Exactly. But is any other news you guys want to talk about, Eagles wise? Anything you want to talk about? I feel like it's all kind of been beat to death over the last handful of weeks.
I don't think so. I think
we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We can move on then. What are we gonna do? Trivia, Dom? Do you want to pull that out?
Are we going that early?
Yeah.
I guess we're not that early. It's
we're not that early.
9:30. Yeah. So how are we gonna do this now? Like, are we gonna? Am I gonna throw you the question, and if you don't get it,
hold on, real quick, we do have a question about a Sixers Riverside State. Is this something that's happening?
Well, it was.
Has it been talked about?
Yeah,
was it?
Like
okay.
it's not. It's probably not. If it were to ever happen, they probably will. Eventually,
they're in the Wells Fargo for quite a while.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable. I think eventually they are going to leave the Wells Fargo and try to build their own.
Right.
Like there were talks it could possibly be in Camden.
I heard that for tax break.
Fucking why?
Right. And I do they put it near the river near like Penn's Landing? I don't know where they're gonna put it. But I do think eventually within like the next 10 or 15 years they're gonna try to branch out and be on their own.
Okay,
that would be super cool to have I went to Indianapolis and their stadiums are just in the middle of the city. Like you're just walking down a block and like, oh, cool, Lucas Oil's right here. Like that would be pretty cool to just have a stadium like right on Penn's Landing.
And a lot of cities are like, I think Boston's like that. Like Boston, you literally drive in like on the highway, like you're driving in, you see like buildings on one side of the highway, and on the other side it's like the Green Monster. It's like it's really cool. I think Chicago's like that too. But I remember there were talks like when Citizens Bank they were trying to find a place for that. I mean, obviously the easiest place is where it went, but they had even talked about Center City, like in Chinatown, buying land and putting it. That would have been cool to have like a, the Center City backdrop close up.
Yeah.
But all right, we get the trivia.
All right.
I don't know how we're doing this. I guess we could both answer it. I don't know what the hell you want to do. We gotta come up with a format.
Yeah, I was gonna say for next week we'll come up with like a better way. So
we're working out the kinks here. It's fine.
How about this? How about I go back and forth, because this week we're doing jersey numbers again.
Oh Jesus. Okay, fair enough. I suck at jersey
Listen,
numbers.
it was a long, busy day for me. So this is
So hold on.
that
So
guy.
so we spent the first 10 minutes before we went live, and you just were looking at jersey numbers. You weren't even coming up with any like good questions. You were just looking at jersey numbers, and it took you that long.
Listen, I can't give you like what number was Allen Iverson. Like, I'm trying to find like good players, like not good players, but
Go ahead.
you know.
Yeah, no, that's fine. All right,
so
we go back and forth. That's fine.
All right. How about this? How about all right? We'll go Mike first, and then we'll go back and forth. Okay.
Okay.
First up, we've got Phillies legend closer Jonathan Papelbon. What number?
Jonathan Papelbon was he 54? 54.
Is that your final answer?
Sure.
It is not correct.
I'm so bad at jersey numbers.
No, I think was it 58?
Yeah, it was 58.
58. Okay.
Nope. All right, Chris.
What was 54? Was that his record?
Lidge. It was
Lidge.
Lidge.
That was Lidge. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Papelbon could never.
Okay.
All
No,
right, Chris.
no, never. No, okay. There you go.
Next up, Phillies center fielder. We were just talking about him yesterday. Aaron Rowan.
34.
34?
32. 32. 32.
32 or 34?
32.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It is 33.
Oh, so close.
All right. Next up, Mike.
Uh-huh.
We've got this guy who just came back into the Flyers organization as a scout, I guess. Sammy Kapanen.
24.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
It is 24.
I love Sammy Kapanen. Really
Yeah,
fun
I
player.
love me some Sammy Kapanen too.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. Next up, another Phillies closer, Jose Mesa.
Ooh. It's a tough
50.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
You're so close again. 49.
one. Wow.
Yep. All right, Mike. We got Eagles legendary tackle, John Runyon.
70.
Is that your final answer?
71.
I need a final answer.
70 is my final. I have no clue.
It is incorrect. It's 69.
Damn, so close.
Nice.
No, right around the 70s. Has to
Yep.
be always.
Now this next one, I think I said before on the show, like one week, random week that we did this. So Chris, we got Steve Mason, Flyers goaltender.
14.
Is that your final answer?
I don't know. I'm not a
Listen,
Flyers guy.
I know, but it was just in random order. We got 35.
I would have said 34. Okay.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Asante Samuel.
What number was Asante Samuel?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm so bad with jersey numbers. I hate that you always go back to jersey
Yeah,
numbers.
but I didn't have time to do this today. So
32.
is that your final answer?
Yes.
It's your one number. The first number is off by one. It's 22.
22. Okay.
All right, Chris. We got a legendary one here. If you don't get this, we may have to check you out here.
You always put the pressure on with
doctor.
that.
Dr. J.
6.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It is 6. Okay. And now, Mike, the hardest one probably.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Or wait, no. How many did you get?
You think I've been counting this whole time? I don't know.
You got Papelbon, Kapanen, Runyon.
I didn't get Papel. Oh, okay, maybe I did. I don't know.
Wait, I actually have 2 more.
Okay,
Sorry.
That's fine.
This is probably still the hardest one.
That's fine. I'm not going to get it
Placido
anyway.
Polanco.
Ooh.
It's a name we haven't heard in a while. He's here twice. Two different
That's what I was going to say.
He was the same number both times, I think. I was actually there for his 1,000th hit or 2,000th hit. I don't know how many he has, but it was a home run and it was a milestone. And
29.
is that your final answer?
Yes.
It's close. It's 27.
It is 27? Okay.
Yep. And then the last one, Chris, current left tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles, Jordan Mailata, the Aussie.
Oof. 73.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
68.
I was going to say 69.
Nuisance.
Damn, I was close.
Yep, that's trivia. That's all I got
Okay,
for you guys.
That's fine. Listen, I did bring back Who Am I, so we'll get to that a little later.
Okay.
So hopefully I get my revenge. But we could go to the Phillies now. It was a interesting week. They are up 7-1 right now against Atlanta. Look at that.
Oh, they're up. I thought they were losing.
No, they're up 7-1.
Well, Atlanta's not really. Atlanta's
They're
been
not-
kind of similar to what the Phillies are right now.
Yeah, they have a similar record. If the Phillies win this game, they'll be a game above the Braves. Still, I think 7.5 behind the Mets.
I think before that Dodger series, they were in second place, weren't they? The Phillies.
The Phillies?
Yeah, they were like 6 behind.
Yep. And now they'll be second place again after tonight's game. But dude, what's going on with the Mets? How do they keep winning? I still don't get it. Like the Mets, I don't know. I don't understand their success because like now you have Scherzer who's out for a while. DeGrom who hasn't pitched a single pitch. McGill who's been pretty good for them. He's hurt now. Who knows when he's coming back? They just keep winning games and half their pitching staff's down. Very bizarre.
They're coached well. I mean, I don't love Buck Showalters, but like regular season, man, he's up there like with some of the best regular season coaches ever. And then once it's the playoffs, it's it's Mets fashion. It's perfect. Yeah. It's a perfect relationship where they just fall apart. But yeah, I don't know. I think they're coached very well. They have a really good lineup: Lindor, McCann, the Polar Bear. McNeil's like I know at some point McNeil was like leading the league in average.
Yeah.
Nimmo's pretty good.
Nimmo's really good.
Yeah, Nimmo's been good.
Dominic Smith is as much as he's like a hate to face guy.
I hate that guy.
Yeah,
so
me too.
Much. He's the worst.
It's the worst. He's got the worst name too. Like
Dominic.
Yeah.
You hating on yourself?
Yeah, it was a joke. It was. No, but they do have a really good lineup. Like it's like you said, the pitching's been they've been hurt, but
yep.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to the simple fashion with them. They don't care how many runs you put up because they know that they can put up one better run to beat you. And I think that's like with all that analytics now in baseball, like that's all they care about. Like if we can just beat you by one run, it doesn't matter if we have a bad pitching staff,
and
which they don't. They have a great
pitching
staff.
Yeah, that's what we thought the Phillies were going to be too. Like if we thought we were going to be able to stay there with the bats. It's been
feast or famine. Like a lot of nights, the lineup just doesn't show up. Now, occasionally they'll have a 7, 8, 9 run night, but more often than not, it seems like they're getting 1, 2, 0. Like the lineup just hasn't shown up. Like I know Schwarber is up there, among home runs in the league, but like he's having trouble just hitting the ball. I mean, when he does, he gets good contact and it goes for a home run. But
he's got a hitting streak, doesn't he?
Does he?
6 games, yeah. So like I think it was going in it was coming out of the first Dodger series. He was hitting like 188 or 187.
It was bad. Yeah.
And then going into Sunday, it was like I think he was around like 218 or something like that, which is actually a pretty big jump within like 6 games.
That is. Listen, I was on vacation for a whole week. I haven't paid attention to a single thing in the last week, so
that's good.
His batting average is 203.
Okay.
So
that was 2 days ago. Or I think it might have been going into Saturday. It was like 217 or something. He must have had two bad games or whatever. I'm trying to find this stat that I found about the Phillies. Oh, here you go. So I sent it in our chat here. The Phillies are 10-10 in their last 20, 24-26 in their last 50, and 100 and 100 in the last 200. So they are the definition of 500.
They're just average team.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like I don't know what they have to do to like. Now I know what they have to do. It's consistency. It's pitching. It's all the above. But it's like this lineup comes in this year and it's like Castellanos, Schwarber, Hoskins, Harper, Realmuto, like all these big bats, and it's like, yes, we could sit here and talk about like how they're not scoring runs, but like this, like the pitching hasn't been fantastic. Like it's been like Nola's been good lately.
Fine. It's been fine. It hasn't been bad though. Like pitching hasn't cost them game. Maybe a couple games here or there from a guy like Familia who's been awful, but like for the most part, it hasn't been awful.
No, you're right. And Wheeler's been really good lately. Nola's been good lately. It's just like I just don't understand how they could just still be 500. Like what else do they have to do? Like obviously it's bringing in the right people. Like it's bringing in the right players. It's just
it's bringing in a center fielder that's not Odubel fucking Herrera. That helps.
Absolutely.
And I mean it's got to just fall down on the manager, right? Like Joe Girardi is on the chopping block at this point. And I don't even know what a new manager can do. I mean, I guess maybe change up an approach, or I don't know what a new manager is going to do for this club. But it has to happen. I think
that's how managers win games.
Yeah.
We say it all the time, and I said on last week's show, like it's really hard for a manager to win you a game. I mean, it's really hard for a manager to win you a game. It's easy for them to lose you a game. But if you get a guy in the clubhouse that just like really motivates his guys, like you like that's
what Charlie.
managing.
Listen, that's what Charlie was great at, just motivating his team.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, and I think Joe's a little too like relaxed on them, like just like, hey, I'm here to be your friend sort of guy, instead of like, you just made an error, Bone. Like, what's going on in your head there, buddy? Like, do you need some help? Do you need to take some extra ground balls? I know he's been better now, but like, what kind of approach are you taking to coach that guy up?
Yeah.
Are you just saying like, it's all right, we'll get him next time, every single time?
And it seems like a complete different approach than we're used to with Girardi back in his days in New York, where he was a head case. Like,
was he though?
I feel like he was, right. I saw a lot of him just going nuts. And
if you think about it, his first 4 years, they were really good, and then like he was there for like 10 years, and like they didn't do anything his last 5 or 6 years. Like, this is me saying I think he's very, very overrated. Like, he had the same exact issues that he's having here in New York. Like,
sure, it just got massive by the fact he had a great lineup,
exactly.
And he had the greatest closer in the history of the game.
Yeah. So.
Look, I just think the thing with Girardi is he's just not consistent day in and day out. Like, he's constantly tinkering with the lineup. Now, I don't know if that's coming from above him. You never know. The Phillies are one of those organizations that keep their mouth kind of quiet on that stuff. If Middleton's actually or any of these guys are getting involved. I know when who was the GM before?
Klentak.
Yeah, Klentak was heavily involved in it. I don't know if Dombrowski's like actually going in there and saying, hey, you should switch us up. But there's just no consistency with the lineup.
See, like I kind of hope it's not like that. Like I kind of like, part of me is like, let the manager do his job, but like at the same time, it's like, if it's not working, somebody has to say something, right? So like,
yeah,
that's
but
where it's kind of like,
you have to let the manager do his job, and if you don't think his job's working, you find somebody to do a better job.
Right,
you don't tell him how to do his job. You find somebody that can do the job.
Right, but as a boss, like you're supposed to sit here and say like, listen, what you're doing right now is not working. Like, maybe let's find a different approach, and if it still doesn't work, then you find somebody that does the job, right?
Yeah,
I mean that's the way I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I mean you're 100% right. That's how you're supposed to be as a boss. You're supposed to say like, hey, if you're, but you never know. Like in Philadelphia, like you have a short leash, like and he's on like the tail end of a short leash at this point.
Yeah.
So at some point, somebody's got to step in and say something.
I think he lasts the whole year.
Philadelphia is just not that.
Unless they turn this around. Unless they turn this around quick, but like.
Yeah, I think even if they stay at this 500 rate, I still don't think he's gone. Until the end of the year, I don't think. I think unless the only way he keeps his job next year is if they win the division, even at, and they're probably not going to because the Mets are really good. At around how they look right now, like not at 500, but like maybe 5 or 6 games over 500. I don't know, but I think that's the only way he keeps his job is if they somehow make the playoffs. Other than that, I think they're just gonna wait till the end of the year. Personally,
I don't know that because like we've talked about years past of Middleton not wanting to go anywhere near the luxury tax. You made all these moves in the offseason to get over the luxury tax. Middleton's going to want results, and if the results we're seeing is a below 500 baseball team, a team that's probably not going to make the playoffs at this rate, I think there's pressure from him to do something.
But I have a theory on that because I feel as though that, look, they're a 500 team, right? Like they're just very average.
Yep.
I think it would have happened already because it's so early in the season. Like not so early in the season, but like we're starting to get to, like it's almost June. Like June is next week. Like we're getting to that point where it's like almost halfway through, almost at the halfway point, like here. And I just think like if it hasn't happened yet, it's not going to. I don't know why, but I don't know. I don't see it happening unless it gets really really bad.
How about this, Dom? Like just a quick throw it in your like back at you. If Bryce Harper goes on and he's like, yeah, the manager's really not like supporting where we need to be, is he gone?
At the end of the year.
You still don't
personally
think like
I think if Harper goes up to Middleton and says you have to fire him right now, I don't think Middleton. I'm not saying he shouldn't. I just don't think Middleton's the type of guy that's like, you're not going to tell me how to do my job. Like, I'm going to keep my guy here. Like, we'll figure it out in December. Like, personally, I hope.
Do you think he has that much loyalty to him though? Like, I don't think Girardi's Middleton's guy. I don't think that he has that much loyalty.
Whoever.
I don't think anybody has that much loyalty to him. But
I'm just saying. The reason I think is because I think it would have happened already. That's what I'm saying. Like they've been so average. Like, if there was any time to turn around, it's now. Like, we're getting to the half. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're getting to
anytime. I don't know. Anytime before mid-May is very early to fire a coach or fire a manager.
You were calling for it for the last month.
I absolutely have, because I'm an irrational Philly sports fan. That's what I do. But I listen. On May 5th, I did tweet out that I don't think he lasts before. I don't think he lasts after June 1st. So June 1st, I think there's a chance he's whacked before then. My prediction still stands.
But I also just feel like if they fire him now, like this, like you're not expecting to make the playoffs, right? Who are you gonna get? Jim Leland, who's a living corpse. He's 100 years old.
Who's their bench coach? Who would like be next up? I don't even. Mitch Thompson,
really sure.
Is that their
hitting
I'll be
coach?
Honest,
I have no clue.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, Wathen's the third base coach. He coached the Iron Pigs for a few years. Maybe you consider him. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just think it's almost June. Like,
I think you need somebody with a fresh voice. I don't think it necessarily matters. Fuck, take Charlie Manuel out of retirement. Go see what he's doing.
God forbid.
What's Jim Thome up to nowadays?
Yeah, there you go.
I think he's on TV.
Is he? I thought wasn't he with the Cleveland or something at one point doing work for them?
I only really remember him from like every once in a while he'll be on like the MLB Network, showing you how to hit a baseball on television. Like, he's in the studio, like, this is how you cut it. Like all right, Jim.
Get J-Roll on the bench. I'm sure he's in the organization.
Yeah,
he'll
show him how to run it out.
Definitely. Yeah, sure, there you go.
Put on bum tusk. Yeah, no, I saw something like somebody posted, like, it was a picture of Sam Cassell, who's the assistant coach for the Sixers, and a picture of Jimmy Rollins, and it's like the two new head coaches of Philadelphia. Like, I don't know. I just think it kind of goes into the thing we were talking about in our chat. I just don't think great players are meant to be coaches. Like, they just don't understand, and obviously Jimmy Rollins is a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. But
we read the article.
Yeah, it's a different conversation for a different day.
Absolutely is.
But yep. I just don't think like guys like Utley Howard, Rollins, like they're not. And listen, it happens. Like does it happen? Like, great players become great coaches. Like, I don't know. So it's usually the below average guys who understand that not everybody can be Wayne Gretzky, or Babe Ruth. I don't know.
What's Aaron Rowan up to nowadays?
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
perfect.
I would love somebody to show Double Herrera how to field a fly ball.
Yeah, can we just get him to play center field?
Yeah, what's he up to? Yeah, just get him to play
Forget
center
the managers.
Field.
We need a center fielder.
I don't even want him to hit.
Dude,
just play center field.
I think it was like a week or two ago that it was like the 15-year anniversary of the or 17 years, whatever it was, when he smashed his face.
Oh yeah.
It's like one of those things you remember
17 years ago?
06, yeah.
Holy shit.
How long was 06? I'm not a math guy, so 16, 26.
Give or take. I don't know, Dom.
Yeah.
You're making me do math on the fly here. I don't know. Give or take. I don't know
somewhere between like 3 and 18 years.
Right, exactly. But yeah, I mean, what else do you do again? And I guess the one thing is, I mean, they do have Mickey Moniak. Hopefully, he's kind of what he was in spring training, because they could use one, a bat, two, a field, glove in center field, and I don't even think he's like a perfect glove in center field. He's just better.
We haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, but I think
we've seen him in left field. We've seen him in right field. We just haven't seen him in center field yet.
No.
And listen, I am 100% on the idea that all three of those positions are totally different.
Yep.
Look, he struggled in left field. That's not going to stop me personally from trying him in center field.
Nope.
And I know there are a lot of people that are like that.
I'll try anything at this point.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's what she said.
That is what she said. A joke doesn't get old. It just doesn't.
All right. Can you hit me? Can you hit us with the who am I now? Or?
Yeah.
I've been
do
waiting
that.
weeks.
You've been waiting
Months.
So I think there's two of you. So I think you're gonna get both of these fairly easily.
Okay, so one each.
Like it's so hard to come up with names that are gonna like. There's such a fine line between the names you're gonna get within like the third clue and the guys that you're just never gonna get in a million years.
Yeah.
So I will say. Well, you guys ready?
So how are we doing this?
Yeah.
I guess you do it together.
Together?
Yeah, I would say just do it together.
All right.
It makes it easier for you.
Okay.
Or if one of you think you know it, wait till the end to say it. Just wait to see if the other one gets it too. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I was gonna say we'll plan together on each question. Like, okay, do you think you have it?
Okay. Yeah.
So hit us.
All right. Clue number 1. I was drafted by the Houston Oilers in the 10th round of the 1985 draft.
Okay.
I went to school at Notre Dame University. Okay. Number 3. I played 115 games in my career. 2 games into the second season with the Oilers, I got cut or traded. Couldn't fucking figure it. I couldn't find any information. And then I went to the Eagles where I played 6 more games that season.
Okay. So do you have any ideas about who this could be?
No, I'm lost.
Yeah, I'm lost too. Go ahead. Keep
Okay.
going.
Clue number 5. I played for the Eagles from 1987 to 1992.
Okay.
Of the 115 games I played, I started in 49 games.
Okay.
All right. After leaving the Eagles, I signed a 1-year contract with the Dolphins where I finished my career.
What question is this?
That was number 7.
Okay.
Clue number 8. I had 11 and a half career sacks in my 8-year career.
All right. I'm thinking linebacker. What do you think? Do you have any position, Chris?
I think linebacker would be safe.
Can I guess Seth Joyner?
It is not Seth Joyner.
Okay.
Clue number 9. After my career, I got analyst jobs for Sunday Night Football and the Arena Football League.
Okay.
And still nothing?
Nope.
Don in the comments said he got it. Clue number 10. I am more known for my time with ESPN than for my playing career.
Oh. These no.
Did that give it away?
He's more well known for the ESPN. Is that the last question?
That's the last question. Yeah, I thought that one would give it away.
Oh man. So defensive player. What year was he drafted?
He was drafted in 1985.
Defensive player, 11 and a half sacks. I'm thinking either linebacker or like defensive tackle, nose tackle.
Is it Booger McFarland?
It is not Booger McFarland. Nope.
That's a good guess. Oh man.
You guys stumped?
I got
I
nothing.
really thought you'd get this. I'm a little surprised. Nothing?
Wait. His last year was with the Dolphins.
Yep.
No, I don't know. We got yeah, I think you got me.
Mike Golick.
Oh, that's a stupid one.
How's that a stupid one? How did you not get Mike Golick? Like the face of ESPN for the last 25 years.
All right.
Let's move on to the second one. I was drafted by the San Francisco Giants in the 1968 MLB draft. We're going back a while here, boys.
Okay.
Clue number 2, I made my MLB debut with the Giants in 1972.
Okay.
Clue number 3, I was traded to the Phillies in 1975. Clue number 4, I won 8 Gold Glove awards.
It's obviously not Carlton. He was with the Cardinals. I know he was around like 72 when he started.
Right.
Is it Greg Maddox?
That's a great guess.
It's not Greg Maddox.
Oh,
Gary Maddox.
That's a
Gary Maddox.
Yeah.
It is Gary.
I was gonna say that's a great guess. Yeah, no, I like that. Yeah.
Yep. It is Gary Maddox. Yep. Okay, you got that one quick. There you go. Redeemed yourselves. All right, we can move on. Is there anything else? I guess you want to talk about the Flyers coaching search a little bit.
Not really, but
okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Fair enough. Me neither.
No, I meant because of the Flyers, not because not for the show purposes, but
it's fine. We're We keep it going. But I did want to mention they do have the 5th pick in the draft coming up.
No, let's talk
probably
about
a
the
few
coaching
weeks.
search.
But yeah, I was getting to that.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, so it seems like there's 3 main candidates right now that are out there. Well, really there was 2, and then a third one kind of dropped within an hour before the show started. So Trotz and Montgomery are the 2 big ones. Obviously, Trotz with the Islanders. There's that connection, and then, but he's kind of the most coveted coach at this point.
Right.
He had an interview with Winnipeg. He had.
Isn't that where he wants to go though?
Well, he's from the area,
from
so he's from there. So I mean, there's connections.
But how close is Winnipeg versus the Flyers?
How close to competing?
Yeah.
They're very similar teams. I'll be honest.
I was gonna say because 2-3 years ago, like you could have said they could win the Stanley Cup. Like it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they were similar to the Flyers, where like they had expectations this year and just fell remarkably short. But if he wants to go back, kind of where he's from, and do that. And then obviously Jim Montgomery, which it's from everything I've heard, Trotz is kind of the Flyers guy at the top of their list, and then Montgomery's second. Montgomery coaches with St. Louis right now. He's assistant coach, so he's still in the playoffs, so he can't really do anything yet.
And they've also said like they're basically like Paul Maurice. They're not even really remotely interested.
Have they said that?
I thought that's what I read.
Yeah, I mean, Maurice is the thing where like I don't know if he wants to coach.
Yeah.
Because he's just been in it for so long, he might be burnt out. He might either want to take a management role in like a front office, or if he wants to, if he wants to just take the year off or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what he wants to do. But then the third one, apparently, there's been some traction for John Tortorella. It'd be fun. I'll tell you that. It'd be real fun.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, listen, I want a great coach. I want this team to turn it around. This organization to turn it around. Honestly, you want to know what it is mostly about Trotz or Tortorella that I don't love.
Okay.
I think honestly it's just like a punch the face guy for me.
Yeah, he does have a punchable face.
And I think that's really everything. Like that's really where why I don't like him that much. Yep. It's just for that reason. So
Yep.
If the Flyers land Tortorella, that would make 3 of the 4 head coaches of Italian descent, correct? Girardi, Tortorella,
there you go.
Girardi.
Sirianni, yeah,
and Sirianni.
We love that.
Never put that connection
Take them
together.
from the motherland. Let's go.
Yeah, I like it.
They should teach Disney a couple of lessons because Disney's one Italian movie. They have one Italian person in the whole movie. So, and Coke or Luca.
Luca.
Yeah, there's one Italian person in
What do
that
you mean
whole
there's
movie.
one? How? Who?
Look up the cast.
Oh, you mean the cast?
Yeah,
I thought,
yeah.
okay. I didn't know you meant the cast.
No. Yeah, like the voices.
I thought you meant like the actual like characters. I was like,
no, like the dad is Jim Gaffigan. Like.
But anyway, what was I talking about? Torts?
Yeah.
No, I like Torts because like he's done it before. He's won a cup, obviously back in 2004. So it's been a while, but he's just kind of he's tough to the teams he puts together and the teams he coaches are really tough to play against. He demands a lot. He's not afraid to call players out, which I think this team needs.
And I also think like it does go along with the punch the face kind of guy, but like also I don't know how much I really want that kind of guy with like is he a guy that just kind of fills in for a couple of years, or is this like does he come in and we expect something like? And I understand like the Flyers they're going to go into this offseason looking to get better to try to compete.
Yep.
Which I think a lot of Flyer fans would rather just tear it all down and start over, but which trading Giroux kind of states that a little bit.
Not really, because we were going to lose him anyway. He's a free agent. Right,
true. But but then you got people that are like, sign Forsberg and sign I don't know who else is the other big free agent. There's Johnny Gaudreau and like guys like that. Like I don't know. I just don't know if the Flyers are really ready to like compete like that. Like, I think they should just tear it down, and I don't know if I want to bring in an experienced head coach who was expecting to win.
Also, speaking of Claude Giroux, he just got swept. in the second round.
Oh, there you go.
Claude Giroux and not winning in the playoffs go very well together.
They sure do. What did you say last night?
What did I say last night?
Death, taxes, and Claude Giroux losing in the playoffs.
Exactly. It's just, another year, another season where Claude Giroux doesn't win.
How do you guys feel about like the whole like wanting him to win? Like as a Flyers fan, like
I couldn't care less if he wins or not.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I would want him to win. That would be a guy I'd root for.
Yeah.
Timo Timonen, he was like another dude that like when he finally won, like you want these guys to win. I think Giroux did his part. Listen, I am not a hockey guy. Like that's just not my area of expertise. But from every game that I've ever been to, anything that I've ever watched, he did put his heart out there. He played for the city. What was he here? 13 years?
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
So
13
years. Like it would be nice to see him win one. Obviously that's not happening this year.
See, but but that's the thing. It's like you see all over Twitter, like people who are just like, I don't want to see Giroux win, or I couldn't care less about Giroux, which is fine. Like
I'll tell you what it is, because when he first got traded, I was like, you know what? I hope he goes to Florida. I hope he wins. But then I started getting really annoyed by like the Claude Giroux like diehards,
fans,
and the super fans, and like if Claude Giroux can do no wrong, that I found myself actively rooting against Claude Giroux.
Okay, which I understand,
because I'm a petty asshole. That's why.
And I think that like I've been somebody who's kind of like that while he was here, where it's like I think he's one of the more underappreciated athletes in this city when his time here.
Sure.
I think that a lot of it was not his fault, and like this organization just didn't build a team around him. So like, I don't think a lot of it was his fault, but I see what you're saying now. Like it's a lot of people because like when he got traded, it's like I want to see him win, and it's like, but then you got people who are just like over the top with it. And It's like relax, like I want to see him win too, but like take a chill pill.
It sounds like you're 2013 Chase Utley speaking right now. Too.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Like when he left for the Phillies, like, oh yeah, I want to see him win. Like so much to where you're like rooting for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
It was his second or it might have been like 2017. And I think he went there one. I think it was 2014 he went to the Dodgers. So like it was 2017 or 2016. I went to a Dodgers series in Philly, sitting in right field, literally. He comes up to bat. You give him a standing ovation. You know that's what you do. It's the respectful thing to do to Utley. Then he comes up to bat. And he goes like 3 for 4, and people are cheering. Like he hit the ball. Like he's got a double. I think he hit a homer too. Like people are cheering. It's like all right, relax. And I probably was too. But and like listen, like and I'm not the perfect person to like say this because Utley was probably my third favorite of that time. I respect Utley. I love Utley. Yeah. I love Utley. I respect Utley. And I don't think you win without any of those three guys, Utley, Rollins, Howard. But I understand why people loved him because I love him too for his hustle. But like, I'm not the perfect person to like talk about Utley, so I don't know. Maybe it's just a me thing.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, but back to the Flyers.
There's really not much with the Flyers. They're going to find a coach. They're going to hire him, and then I'll be able to talk about it.
It's going to be a shit show.
Yeah, like what does a new coach do? This team stinks. I don't know. I'm so over the Flyers. I just want them to be good again.
Yeah, and you think Tampa goes for a 3-peat here, or?
Dude, they're a wagon. It's insane.
Dude, you know what? Fuck Tampa. Like fuck that city.
I was about to ask, fuck the Tampa Bay Lightning, or just fuck the entire city of Tampa?
Just the entire city of Tampa.
Okay.
But St. Petersburg, was that St. Petersburg? I don't even know. Or is that Russia? I don't even know.
Yeah.
But like the whole Tampa area, like there's like you can't convince me that there's people under 50 that live in Tampa. Like what do they deserve a championship for? Then they've got two. They're getting ready to have a third with the Lightning. They got the Buccaneers. And the Rays went to a World Series, all within like the last 3 years.
Yep.
They don't even deserve a hockey team.
I mean, listen, strong words.
That's my rant about Tampa. I don't like Tampa.
Okay.
Tampa.
You're just jealous of their success.
Yeah.
Is what it sounds like.
It's probably beautiful there.
I bet it is. It sounds like a lovely place.
So,
Yeah, always shitty. Great title, by the way, last week.
Yeah, well, that's what I do.
Exactly.
That's what I do.
So you guys ready to get out of here? Or you got anything else you want to get off your chest?
Yeah, I mean, just excited to get this going. With the three of us, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun tonight.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We're just getting started, so.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, everybody, if new people are listening, go like us, subscribe, Apple Podcast, Spotify, all the places over there.
Check the website.
Yep, check the website, firedupsports.com. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're everywhere. Yeah, check the merch, intheclutch.com. Dude, have you seen any stuff over there at In the Clutch?
I have not.
Okay.
I have.
I can't lie.
Yeah.
I was scrolling through it the other day. They got like those little witty T-shirts. Like I'm just like a sucker for them. Like they had like a Veterans Stadium one the other day that I was looking at. I'm just like a sucker for like this stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up on the site right now. See if I can do this live here. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, no, I like that vintage stuff too. Like, when Mike and I went to the Sixers Boston game, and I bought the Spectrum shirt. So I definitely like those. Oh wow, this is actually sick. What does that one say in the top right?
What was that?
Go back. What does that one say in the top right?
Big Nick Energy. Nick Castellanos. Nick Castellanos.
Oh, I thought it was Nick Foles. I was gonna say
no, Castellanos. It's Castellanos.
That's actually
Ranger Danger.
What's that?
Ranger
What's
Suarez.
that one on the left?
Philadelphia Royal Giants tour of Japan. I don't know what the fuck that's about. A 1927 shirt. I don't know what the hell that's about. Let me see. Ranger Suarez. Zach Wheeler right here.
Wait,
Zach Wheeler
speaking of shirts, it's not a Philly shirt. Speaking of shirts, did you see that thing going around Twitter today? Somebody made a shirt. It was like it was Kendall starting five, Kendall Jenner starting five.
No, I did not.
It was Blake Griffin, Jordan Clarkson, Ben Simmons, Booker, and who's the fifth guy? I can't think of who the fifth guy is, but it was.
I don't know who she's been with.
Yeah, it's a picture of Kendall, and it's got all five of them around her.
Here's a cool Bryce Harper comic shirt.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it looked like Bryce Harper with in that one. It looked like he was on the Nationals with the hat, the helmet. It looks like a Nationals.
Maybe
hat.
they don't have the license
logo.
to the logos, so it's just kind of the player. Let me see if I can find any more. There was another couple. The Bryce City. Bryce City's nice.
Oh yeah, that is.
Oh, like the GTA.
Yeah.
Wait, go back. Look at that Schwarber one. That one's sick too. Go up.
Swing.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a shame he stinks, but
a lot of cool stuff though on the site. There was a Tyrese Maxey one. I'm trying to find it.
Wait, what was that one? Keep it what?
Which one?
Go up.
Which one?
Up. That blue one.
Blue one. Keep it
Keep
real.
It real.
For real, Muto.
JT. Okay.
All right. That's clever. I didn't get it at first, but it's fine.
The listeners are probably like, "What is going on?"
Yeah. Just go to intheclutch.com and you'll be able to see it and use code. Here's the Tyrese Max one. Use code Phired Up Sports to get 10% off. But the Maxi show.
Yeah.
I do like that one. Here's the vet.
Yep.
All right.
700 level.
Yep. Couple more.
That Iverson one's cool too. Yeah, that's
this one.
Yeah. I almost ordered that the other day.
Did you?
I did in blue.
Let's see it in blue. There we go. That is sick.
I'm sick.
That is sick.
I wish they must have did that like in black, like the old color.
Anymore. And here's a Broad Street Bombers. There you go.
It's such a shame because like I want to buy this stuff, but like
the team
playing
right
like
now.
shit. So it's just like there's no like motivation to buy it.
Right, but a lot of cool stuff over there.
Yeah.
Definitely go check it out. But all right, we're gonna get out of here. You guys got anything else you want to get off, or are we good?
I think we're good till next week.
All right, sounds good. We'll see everybody next Monday.